on, my dudes? It's your boy Rico, the gearhead, here with yet another episode. You know, it's Friday, you know how we do, and this Friday will be a special episode. Well, because I will be reviewing the BENELLI TNT 150, the bike that I'm riding right now. Yeah, so before we even get to it, if you're new here, hello and welcome to the #1 channel in East and Central Africa that brings you great and epic motorcycle content. Do consider subscribing. It does help the channel a lot. We're almost at 150 subscribers, guys. That's so awesome. Yeah, and we also, remember guys, we're also giving away some motorcycle gloves. All you have to do is comment, like, and give us a share. This is the most requested video that I have ever received till date, and that's why I've decided to do it for this Friday. Now, if you look at online or on YouTube or whatever motorcycle content forums are out there, there isn't much information about this very specific bike. But if you're not, I decided I have owned this bike for over 7 months, so I do believe I am confident enough to give a review about this bike. I will not cover the whole bike as in depth as I would, since there's a lot of more that I still don't know about the bike, but I will try to give it my very best. Now, the BENELLI itself is from the Italian brand name called BENELLI. The bike itself is a naked bike, so it is a sports naked bike. Yeah, you know how we do. If you haven't watched that video, I do highly recommend that you watch it. I will post up a link in the description, also at the corner title as well. If you haven't checked that video where we talked about the classes of bikes, I do highly recommend that you do. Anyway, let's get into it. This, like I say, this is a naked bike from the Italian brand BENELLI, from Italy, and it is a 150cc. It's a 150cc single cylinder 4-stroke engine. Has an upright seating posture which is suitable for daily and urban community. This bike is the best, friendliest bike out there. Also very suitable for beginners who are looking to get into riding. It does have a weight of about 144 kilograms, which to me is on the heavier side. I do wish it was a bit lighter, like the Suzuki Gixxer 150. I wish it was lighter as that, but hey, this is what we have, this is what we are getting, so we might as well get used to it. Now, it does have a seat height of about 770 meters, not 770 meters, but 770 millimeters, and a ground clearance of about 170 millimeters. The build quality in itself doesn't feel quite cheap. It's very solid. It's actually a heavy bike. The kind of alloy and metal that is used on this bike is superb. Just what you would expect from an Italian brand. Now, it does have, like I said, it's a 150cc engine with rather some forums say it has a 148cc 4-stroke engine, single cylinder, which is air cooled, and with a 5-gear transmission. Now, it does produce a max power of 11.4 horsepower at 7,500 RPM and a maximum torque of 10.4 Newton meter at 6,500 RPM. Now, the engine itself, with a good optimal engine, you can achieve a speeds of about 120 kilometers per hour. That's not a bad speed for a 150cc bike. You know, it's a very optimal speed, which means you can easily keep up with the highway speeds. Whether you're in a group ride, you can easily keep up. Yeah, so it does come with a 13-liter tank, which is roughly will cost you, if you live in Kenya, it will roughly cost you around 1,200 to 1,300 Kenyan shillings, which is not bad for a bike. And also, one thing to know, the best thing about this bike is it has a full whooping 50 kilometers per liter. Can you believe that? There's no bike that I've read so far that has such beautiful mileage. The best economical bike out there. Imagine if you're having 50 kilometer. Where else would you get a 50 kilometer per liter bike? Also, nowhere except the BENELLI. I know I might seem biased or stuff, but it's the truth. Actually, this bike is the best economical bike out there. Trust you me, look it up, Google, do your research, whatever. You won't find any other place, any other bike. Unless for a 150cc class of bike, this is the best bike out there. Mileage will also depend on your riding style. I for one do enjoy cruising on these roads, you know, taking it easy, so hence that's why my speed is always like that. But if you're a speed guy, maybe the mileage might be low. yeah, it all depends on your riding style. There are ways on how to ride efficiently, so that you can keep your bike at least running safe and running well for a long time before you even so that when your time of service comes, you really don't have to change much, or you don't have to do quite a lot about it. And the bike itself does come with a stock exhaust pipe. I haven't done that to mine. I actually bought it. It came with an M4 muffler, which is very loud, just the way I like it. So people say it's too loud, but you know, you get used to it once in a while, after a while. But I do like the sound of it. Yeah, the TNT comes with a 41mm upside down USD forks, front shocks, and a rear monoshock at the rear. And a monoshock at the rear for the suspension. However, I do think that the suspension is a bit soft, meaning that whenever I go to a bumpy road or something, the bike does bounce up a lot. I have seen some people try to manipulate it by adjusting it a bit. I don't know if you've adjusted any monoshock out there, rather if you adjusted your BENELLI TNT 150 monoshock. Please let me know in the comment down below. Tell me how it goes, tell me how to go about it, because I really don't recommend, but if it makes your riding a lot smoother, then why not just do it, you know? Yeah. For the tires, the bike does come with a 110mm. The bike comes with a 110 at the front and a 130 at the rear. Well, however, for the rear one, you can swap it out. I have swapped mine with a 140. I will show you shortly when I do the sound check. I have swapped mine with a 140, the kind one that is kept on the BENELLI TNT 250. It's not a bad bike. It fits actually quite well. I do like it, and it makes my bike a bit more stable, especially when I'm doing the turns. And the other thing we are going to talk about is the ergonomics and the styling of this bike. Now, one thing to note is this is an Italian brand, meaning they don't go out on the design. You can even look at the car manufacturers from Italy: Lamborghini, Aprilia, not Aprilia, Lamborghini. We have the Fiat, we have the Alfa Romeo, such for the motor vehicles. And for the bikes, we do have of course the BENELLI, we have the Aprilia, and of course the most wonderful bike out there, well, according to me, the Ducati line of bikes. If you look at them, there's one thing that's common to them, and it's the color red and the white. They do like designing their bikes and the color schemes with the colors of their flag, the red, white, and red, not red, the green, white, and red. If you've noticed, also on the stickers of the BENELLI, they do have some green, white, and red. That's the colors of their flag. That's meaning that bike is of Italy, hence they do not go cheap on the designs either. The bike itself is a naked bike, so the posture is upright. It is not leaned in like this, like you would expect from a sport bike or a super bike. And the bike is very comfortable. This is the best bike out there if you're doing daily commuting, whether to work or you want to travel somewhere. This is the best. It's so comfortable, trust you me. The suspension is wonderful, except for that part where I said it's kind of soft. This is the best bike out there if you're looking to commute. Commuting is your daily, and you don't want to spend a lot of money on cash or on fuel or something. Like I said, the mileage is very forgiving. Let's compare it to some of its rivals or some of its competition, and for this instance I'm going to choose its very close rival, the Apache RTR 160. Now, this bike itself is an Apache. It's an Italian brand, not an Italian, it's an Indian brand of a bike. It does have a displacement of 160, not 160, but I think if it's not 160, hold up, I will confirm. It has it's faster. It has a higher CC than the BENELLI 160. The BENELLI 150. Sorry, you would expect it to be a bit faster and better, since it also lightweight. It comes at about 137 kilograms. You'd expect it to be a bit faster and lighter than the BENELLI, but actually there isn't much difference between the two. It does have the Apache RTR 160 does have a top speed of 128 kilometers per hour, just 8 kilometers more than the BENELLI TNT 150. Meaning, if you are racing between BENELLI and RTR 160, trust you me, you would be able to easily keep up with the RTR. The other thing that I have seen a lot of people complaining about the RTR 160 is that when you are on the higher RPMs, or whether you're on a higher speeds, the bike does vibrate a lot compared to this bike. This bike is very stable. I think it's also because of its weight and its higher its big tires, which makes it very stable and very minimal vibrations. Also, speaking of tires, the Apache RTR 160 does come with a 90 at the front and a 110 at the rear. That's a very small bike. That's like the size of a DT. Is it a Yamaha DT or whatever? The DT 75. Those are like the size of the tires of the DT. Now, I might seem that I'm being biased about this Benelli bike because I ride one. The numbers don't lie. The Benelli actually tops out the Apache RTR right through the roof. The bike itself is not a very fast. It does peak a bit slow, but once you get to the higher speeds, it cruises like nothing else. It's very comfortable. Trust me, if you're looking to get this bike, this is the best bike you can get. Now, the new ones go for around 160,000 Kenyan shillings. You can find them at the local dealer at Kahawa, Wendani, around those Githurai area. That's where you can get them. But for second-hand ones, you can get them at around 145, 150 to around 120 at worst. If the bike is in not so good condition, you can get them at 100 Kenya shillings, 100,000 Kenya shillings, not 100 Kenya shillings. Now, what are some of the things that I don't like about this bike? First of all, like I said, is its weight. I find this bike to be very heavy, especially if you're not a strong guy. This bike, once it falls, it drops. It's very difficult for you to pick it up. The other thing that I don't like about this bike, which I wish Benelli would do, is the ground clearance. Now I'm a bit on the heavier side, so the bike in itself is a bit. Whenever I sit on it, does go below the recommended seat height, meaning this bike maybe is not suitable for people with a heavy kilogram, a heavy weight, if you know what I mean. Another thing that I also don't like about this bike is the tires. They do come with nylon tires. Well, I do wish Benelli would at least try and put like Pirelli tires, like the ones which come in stock with the Benelli TNT 302s. I really wish they did come with them. They're not bad tires, but they do not offer quite good grip, especially in such weather conditions when it's wet and rainy. They do not do well, especially they are the worst tires to have, especially if you are going somewhere which is off-road or muddy area. The tires have no grip whatsoever. You'll have a difficult time. Trust you me, I've fallen a few times just trying to get it up a hill. Do you have this bike, or is there something else that you've seen, or rather you don't like about this bike? Maybe you're looking to get into it. Yeah, so that's it. So should you get this bike as a beginner? Absolutely yes. Let me tell you, this bike is the best for the beginner. Like I said earlier on, this is the best economical bike out there in Kenya. I'm telling you, there's no other bike you can get. From my knowledge, I haven't seen any other bike that you can get 50 kilometers per liter mileage. There isn't. This is the best economical bike out there. It is very friendly. This is the most friendly bike you will find out there. The power band is not so high that it will cause you into trouble. Like I said, the highest speed is 120. There's minimal chance that you will always get to hit that 120 each time, unless you're going on a highway, you're a speed freak or something. Another thing is, apart from being friendly, this bike is very comfortable. Yeah, if you're looking for a beginner bike, this bike is very comfortable for you. It's very easy to learn on. This bike is actually it's like a gateway drug that will help you, rather it will open doors for you to reach for bigger and better bikes, you know. And also the other thing is the spare parts, they're easily to find. The spare parts they just have to look at them online from AliExpress, some even on eBay and Amazon if you're looking to get them. It's good looking. I know a lot of people have always talked to me at petrol station and come to ask what kind of a CC this bike is. I usually let them guess. They usually say from around 300 to 600 cc, and I always leave it at that. But it's a 150 cc bike. Now, what's the other thing? So I'm going to do top speed. a top speed of this bike. Oh, I've missed my mark. I'm going to do a top speed of this bike and see what kind of a speed I can achieve. Now I'm going to use this my dash GoPro, but I'm going to use my phone with a GPS tracking. I'm going to use the GPS tracking to see the kind of speed that you can achieve. Remember guys, this is not a stock bike, this is not a new bike. I have done some modifications on it. It might affect the performance, maybe a little, but we'll see. It might affect the performance, but let's see how fast we can go. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, let's see what top speed we can achieve. I was able to reach 80 kilometers per hour on a hill, climbing up. Let's see how it does on the highway. Let's see how it performs. Oh. Oh. So I think I hit 100 kilometers per hour there. I'm not sure if you saw it. Yep, so that's it for my review, guys. What you think about it? Was there something that I missed? Was there something that I didn't mention? If so, let me know in the comment section below. I do love reading and replying to all your comments. It really means a lot to me. We are growing well. Remember, we're also giving away some motorcycle gloves. All you have to do is subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. So until next time, guys, do remember to keep safe, and remember to sanitize and practice social distancing if you're ever going to beat this coronavirus and things to go back to normal. Do you own our BENELLI 150, or you rather want to own one? Was this review helpful to you? Let me know once again in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.